Take a roll call. Alderman Kleiner.
Present.
Alderman Green.
Present.
Alderwoman Ray.
Present.
Alderman Witt.
Here.
We have a quorum to do business. We only have one item on the agenda this evening. It's directional changes on Prospect Street. I'd like to call the commissioner to come forward to give us the update, please.
Good evening, all. So the proposal we had from you a couple of months ago, and we had public hearing, and now we're having a second public hearing on it, is to change the direction of Prospect Street between North Street and Linden Avenue to make it heading west only. So it's going to be in the westerly direction only. You're not allowed to come down the hill, basically, because of certain limitation. So that's what we are, before we started off saying from North Street to Beacon, and then we cut it down from North Street only to Linden Avenue. That's the only on Prospect Street to be one way heading west, and not to allow people to go east on Prospect Street in that one block. Some people, they had ideas, why don't you go from North Street all the way to Highland, make it all one way? We're not recommending that. We're only recommending the one block. We think that will serve our purpose.
Have we reached out to anyone in the, on that street to see how they feel?
No, we did
No,
not,
we
but
didn't. Okay.
it was well publicized, the meetings, and discussed. And
All right. So we're just gonna, as far as the committee members, Alderman Kleiner.
Yeah, we've looked at this a lot. I did get opinions from Ralph Carr, who owns Chester Printing, which is right in between Wickham and North Street on Prospect. And Sue Depew has spoken here last time for the good of the city, when she asked that we not set this in stone if we do it, and we'll see how it works out. I know that one of the, it just, going to Beacon Street just made no sense whatsoever. But even going to Highland doesn't make any sense. And because Linden is a four-way stop, that's, your North Street, you can't put signals, you can't put a light there, you can't do things because it's a state highway, and because that limits what we can do there. So getting across, now the building on the corner of Prospect and North, on the, what's really the northwest corner, that comes right up to the sidewalk. So there's really nothing you can do to improve that sight distance. So if it's made one way from there up, but one of the serious accidents has been going from Wickham up to North Street, approaching from that way. And my idea was, if you want to put a speed hump there to make sure people stop at that stop sign, I would think that would be a good idea. I don't know how the commissioner would feel about the plows going over it, but they can slow down there. But that's one suggestion. But otherwise, we rode around and looked at it, and I think that just that one block of one way will serve the purpose and do what you want to do. Thank you.
Thank you, Alderman. Alderman Green?
Yeah, just to kind of back up on that as well, I did speak with some other residents who were in favor of the one-way, saying that they, understood that for a little while it might be a change to their daily habits, but they understand that, it's a safety reason and would welcome it. So I have no problem with this. I think we need to move forward with something.
Great. Alderman Witt?
I'm still a little confused by what we're doing, or what we're thinking about. But for me personally, I like coming up from Wickham to Linden. and then have it stop right there, because to go up higher, there are 20 homes above Linden to Highland. I see it better now. I was looking on the maps today. And if you have families who live on Linden, they can go straight to get on to Wickham. If you're on Beacon, you can get closely out of, sort of out of town, for lack of a better word. And the concerned area was the North Street Prospect. So you still have your four-way stop up at Linden. You just can't go down. And I don't like the idea anyway of us being able to go downhill. I know that's off the table, but having grown up in that ward and then lived there, coming down Prospect and trying to make a left onto Wickham while somebody's coming off of Smith Street trying to make a right onto Wickham is dangerous. So I would prefer, I'm not sure how we're doing this, but to have it go to Linden up and then have it be two-way from Linden to Highland.
That's what we're proposing.
Okay, that's,
Well, this is starting in North. Kevin's saying he wants to start it at Wickham.
Wickham,
And add that.
We come all the way? Okay, my apologies, yeah.
yes, yes.
Yeah, I didn't catch that, yeah.
I see what you're saying, though, because you're right, back to Smith Street there, that's.
is there a possibility we could revisit that and add that to it?
We can, but, I mean, you want to cause us less restriction and inconvenience for people as much as possible. I mean, we're doing this honestly because of the drivers, just carelessness, to be honest with you, because they're all through stop signs. There's a stop sign in there. It's been there forever. They just roll right through it.
Right.
And that's why the accidents happen. We're trying to improve it. We did not see a reason for that, not to make Chester Printing life miserable in there, to make it one way for them, because there is no need for it. That's all I'm saying. There's no need. If there was a need for it, if we saw a need for it, we would have proposed it. But you can do anything you like. I mean, if you want us to do it, we can do it.
Well, we'll take that into consideration and so we see
But
if we
need
can
to-
move forward.
Yeah, we need to make a decision soon, because I don't want to get caught up in here with some issues.
So you're saying, it's being suggested then that we go from just north to Linden?
Yes, make that
Correct,
one block,
correct.
one way. Alderman, the problem is if you try to drive it coming down the hill.
No, I
on Prospect
understand.
Street,
No, I understand the down
One
part.
block, yeah, and the down, but we
I don't want
wanna-
it to go down. I like it up, but I
Exactly,
like
that's what I-
it, but I
that's
like
what I-
it coming up from Wickham though, because all you have, you can come up to Wickham and pull right into Chester Printing. I mean, and then there's
And then
the
if you wanna go
apartment
out-
complex. Then you go up to North Street and you make a left or a right.
Yeah, that's a problem. Not a problem. We can do it. I mean, the issue is the more restrictions you put, the more traffic congestion you're going to be causing, because people are going to be start spinning around for no reason. We can do it. If you guys want to talk to Chester Printing, I think him and Townsend Building, I think they're going to be impacted.
I mean, the committee is here, we having discussion, I think we should look at it now and try to take a vote on it and see what happened. Yes, Alderman?
Commissioner, if I'm correct, the one-way signs are already in place, they're just covered currently, is
Yes.
that correct?
Yes.
So this one-way from north to Linden is already set. If we were to say, go for it, you would just pull the things down tomorrow and we're all set.
Once the law is there. we
Right,
can- Yes.
but it's ready to go.
Exactly.
So if we were to just go ahead, approve this, and then we could see how the traffic is impacted, and then move forward, if we feel that there's a negative impaction with Wickham, which I would agree we should watch. But the fact that, we already have items in place that set what we have here on paper or what we're discussing, I don't see why we shouldn't just move forward with that section.
All right, yeah, I mean.
In my
It
opinion.
seems like we're going back and forth. Alderman Ray?
In general, this is, I'd like to defer to the alderman of the ward that this
Right.
affects most. Your impact is, your feedback is the most important. These are your residents. I do understand Kevin's point about Wickham, only because that is a scary intersection there to be coming out of, to try to come out at the same time as someone else. I've been there and been like, why did I do this? But I would defer to you two, or you guys, I don't know what you would like to do there. But I'll approve whatever, the representation there.
Because I think the last time we had a discussion, the chief was here. Chief was basically agree with what Kevin was saying also. So he's not here this evening.
I did not hear that.
You did not hear that? I did.
Okay.
All right. Alderman Massey.
Well, I happen to agree with Kevin 100%, but I do agree with Alderman Green too. And Jacob, we have to move this forward.
Correct. I mean, that's,
If we
yes.
approve what we have and then
We could
look
go-
at it
See if it
3
doesn't
months
work.
down the line, and if we want to add in, because I do happen to agree with what Kevin is saying.
Correct.
Especially with Smith Street, but we do want to move this thing forward instead of belaboring it. Do this first portion, and then if we have to revisit, we certainly can revisit and add. That's my,
Alderman Tobin. Said the last.
I understand what Alderman Witt's saying, but I would defer to the alderman in the second one.
Agree. All right. It seems like we come to an agreement. So we're just gonna move forward with what the commissioner is suggesting now, and we'll just take it from there. If we go back to revisit to see if we could add anything to make it even safer, by any means, we could always do that at any time. So I think we should just go ahead and move forward.
Okay,
All right?
on board.
So motion to approve? Okay. Thank you. Jerry, go ahead. Okay. All right. Second? Okay, thank you. Yes.
Well, it's in committee.
All in favor? Aye.
All in favor of the committee meeting?
Aye.
Aye, okay.
Something, I will put it in. Oh, I have it? I'll find it.
Thank you, everyone, for your feedback. We're now, what time is it? 7:27. Meeting is adjourned.